eSIM Studios YouTube and mobile app. The eSIM Studios YouTube channel offers the very best technology news and reviews with in-depth coverage found nowhere else. Hosted by founder and creator, Taylor Bell. He's a really good dude, college educated, and worked inside the industry. He knows what he is talking about. The eSIM Studios mobile app is an experience unlike any other tech app, with an easy-to-use interface view, late-breaking tech news from all over the industry, and so much more. The eSIMstudios.app also includes the unlocker. Learn to unlock phones from the professionals for free. The clean and intuitive layout, finding breaking news articles and deals in tech has never been easier. Watch and listen to the eSIM Studios YouTube channel and podcast from within the app. Additional features include easy Gcam download and installation, the Android Flash tool, and sign up for our weekly giveaway drawing. Download the eSIM Studios mobile app at eSIMstudios.app and find us on YouTube by simply searching eSIM Studios.
You got the iPhone 15, I got the phone 2, think you cool with Android had those features back in 2018. Your little Mac M3 CPU is sweet. It can't beat my Snapdragon X Elite. iPhone stuck on same design for years. Nothing but the OnePlus Pixel have you crying tears. Think you're cool with iOS 18. Android had those features back in 2018. Your little Mac M3 CPU is sweet. It can't beat my Snapdragon X Elite. iPhone stuck on same design for years. Nothing but the OnePlus Pixel have you crying tears. M3 CPU is sweet. It can't beat my Snapdragon X Elite. iPhone stuck on same design for years. Nothing but the OnePlus Pixel have you crying tears. You got that iPhone 15. I got that phone 2, nothing. Think you're cool with iOS 18. Android had those features back in 2018. Your little Mac M3 CPU is sweet. It can't beat my Snapdragon X Elite. iPhone stuck on same design for years. Nothing but the OnePlus Pixel have you crying tears. Your little Mac M3 CPU is can't beat like Snapdragon X Elite. iPhone stuck on same design for years. Nothing but the place will have you crying tears. You got that iPhone 15. I got that phone to nothing.
Yeah. Woo.
I just need my space right now.
Fresh off the G5 jet, I'm on my way to a brand new kit.
Welcome back, eSIM Studios. Thank you for joining us today on this Thursday, June 27th, 2024. Time is flying by. Appreciate y'all joining us today. Do have a couple of topics to get into. Android plus iPhone. I hope everybody liked that custom Apple troll song that I made yesterday. Every time I watch it, I get a little kick out of it. So I was sitting here enjoying it just as y'all were as well. So, very cool what you can come up with online. So let me get some music going on here. Let's see here. Okay. So before we get started into the news, I must mention today's podcast is brought to you by Ifani. Now, let me pull up their webpage because we partnered with Ifani, right? And it's a very, very cool company, right? They've got a special offer for everybody. So if you go to ifani.com/eSIM Studios, let's pull up what they got. Let me share my screen. So you can get $99 off of your next payment if you sign up for the Ifani Safe Plan. So what is the Ifani Safe Plan? So Ifani is a mobile service provider, right? Just like AT&T, just like Verizon, just like T-Mobile. However, they guarantee your safety, unlike the carriers I just mentioned, because each one of them have had a data breach over the last year, right? So Ifani is America's most secure mobile service. The Ifani Safe Plan is a cybersecurity-focused mobile service protecting high-risk individuals against mobile hacks. They provide the best-in-class protection with 11 layers of authentication, security backed with a $5 million. Let me repeat this: $5 million insurance policy. So if you, God forbid, get SIM swapped, that's when it would kick in. They're so confident in their service, right, that they provide it with a very, very strong backup insurance policy just for you, right? Covers not only high rollers, athletes, politicians, CEOs, but average Joes like you and me. What do you know? It rhymes, and I didn't even mean for it to rhyme. Now, if you catch this podcast halfway through or towards the end, simply go to YouTube if you want to watch the replay, because I'm broadcasting this on like 7 different platforms. So if you catch this wherever you're watching this on, like as I mentioned, or you catch it in the middle or towards the end, you want to catch the whole thing, or I strongly suggest you come subscribe. Get on YouTube. Simply search eSIM Studios. It'll pop up. Or you can just simply Google eSIM Studios. We're all over Google search. I signed up for Google Search Console for the eSIM Studios name and branding probably about last month. And we're all over Google, right? So all you got to do, simply search Google eSIM Studios and or YouTube eSIM Studios, right? eSIM Studios podcast. We also have that, the audio version. Take us with you on the go, wherever you are headed to, or simply listen to us while you're doing chores around the house. Go wherever you get your podcast, right? So if you listen to your podcast on Apple Podcasts, we're there. If you listen to us on if you listen to your podcast on the iHeartRadio app, we're there. Spotify, guess what? We're there. So wherever you get your podcast, search eSIM Studios. We will pop up as well. Podcast doing very well on FeedSpot, who covers all of the data. We're still at number 13 on the top 70. That's correct. We're number 13. Top 70 tech podcasts around the world. It's pretty flattering and amazing at the same time, but that's why we do it. Daily podcast for you, so you can get up to date with all the headlines going on in the tech world, right? So you can go back to your friends at the water cooler at work, at your 9 to 5, and say, hey, did you hear that? Did you hear Samsung's releasing these new foldables on July 10th? Damn, did you see the watch? Did you see the earbuds? They're going to come with stems this year. And your coworker is like, what? No, you can't be serious. And then you're going to, yep, they are. And then you don't have to tell your source. You don't have to tell them you got it from us. It'll be our little secret, right? I'll inform you of all the latest tech news. And then you can act like you knew it all along, right? That's how this works. I'm cool with that. I don't need, you don't have to cite your sources. I'm cool with that. It's all good. As long as you view, we're good. So let me pull up. That's exactly what we're going to get into. And we have some very interesting iPhone news. Very interesting. A change that we haven't seen since, I don't know when, 10 years ago maybe? So stay tuned for that. But let's get into the Samsung stuff, right? Let me close out. And you know what we'll do? We'll do our daily Snapdragon X Elite Mini PC check to see if it's for sale. I do it daily because this moment it's for sale. I'm copping one ASAP. Let me close out. We are good. Okay. So let me open up the screen share here and we will get into it without further ado. So what we're going to do is I want you to go, link is in the description box below. Or if you're watching on one of the other platforms, right, like our Twitter live stream, we live stream on Twitter as well, X, whatever you want to call it. I was just looking at the analytics earlier. I have 100 and I think every podcast up there, slowly gaining more and more and more and more viewers every day. That's awesome. And again, that's where the feed spot, that's where how they kind of rank us at number 13 out of the top 70 tech podcasts. Everything comes into play, right? All views, all traffic coming to that RSS feed. They rank it. But go to eSIMstudios.app, right? So what is eSIMstudios.app? Well, it is our application. That's right. eSIMstudios.app, APP, right? Now, it's a web app. You can install it on your phone, whether it's iPhone, Android, or anywhere basically that you get them. You can do that right away. So let's see. Let's jump into real quick. So let me share this screen real fast. So here we go, right? So what do we know about this upcoming event, right? So as you know, if you're a listener of the podcast or the live stream, Samsung basically stole the show from Google. Pixel had huge news just the other day that they're releasing their Pixel 9 series early, right? I think that was on Tuesday? Something like that. And then what do you know? Right about 5 o'clock, Samsung, boom, stole the show with some headlines of their own, right? So they're releasing foldables. The Z Fold 6, Z Flip 6. Now they're also releasing the new Galaxy Watch 7 and Watch 7 Ultra, brand new model, as well as the Buds 3. Now, this makes headlines because the Buds are newly redesigned with stem. They've never had a stem before. And the Watch 7 is going to come in an ultra model, right? So they've never had an Ultra branded watch, right? Kind of similar to Apple's. And when you see this picture, you're going to say, God damn, that's a real similar to Apple. So look at this. So we got official renders as we get closer to July 10th, right? Samsung even pushed up this summer launch for their foldables because Samsung is sponsoring the Olympics. The Summer Olympics are going to be held in Paris here. And Samsung's basically like the sponsor of basically all the Olympics. So if you see any Olympic footage, you're going to see a Samsung logo somewhere. Now, they pushed forward the launch of their foldables just before the Olympics start because they're giving all the Olympic athletes a gift bag. What's in the gift bag? Fold 6, Flip 6. Very cool. And I think some buds too, or maybe a watch. So they're going to do phone. I think they're either going to do one of the foldables because really cool. I heard this. So they're giving each Olympic athlete a foldable. I don't know if it's going to be the Fold 6 or the Flip 6, but they're going to give them a phone. They're going to give them a watch, and they're going to give them these new buds. Very cool. So they can kind of show off, and it's the whole rollout. It's a huge marketing event. Samsung's spending millions upon millions of dollars to market this event and these new foldables, and they have to go all out. We looked at the new Pixel Fold 2 yesterday. Looks to be badass. Oppo has a nice foldable, right? And guess what? Guess what's coming down the road? Apple iPhone Flip. So that's a green light. Apple gave it the green light. They're currently not in production, but they're currently designing, getting ready to launch it here in the next year or two. So Samsung knows that. So they have to really ramp up and make sure that everybody knows that, hey, we started this foldable game and we look to stay on top of the foldable game. But here right here, we have the Galaxy Watch Ultra. Now, does it look similar to anything? Yes, it sure does. At least it does to me. Looks like a Apple Watch Ultra, right? It's got that orange band. Now look, they didn't go full copycat because if they did the square design like an Apple does with that band, with, people hold up, like, what are y'all doing? It's a copycat. So Samsung did, now it's not the round. See, watch, this is the Ultra. Look at this normal Watch 7. The regular round face, right? And as you know, Apple Watches got that little square face. So Samsung didn't want to essentially copy Apple's Ultra watch. So they got the orange band, but they, instead of having a square face or a round face, which they use on their other models, it's a squircle, right? If you change your icons or download any icon packs for your Android devices, squircle is a shape, right? It's like half circle, half square, if that makes any sense. So it's kind of a square, but it's like really rounded, right? So it's like half circle, half square. Yeah, so now this is going to be basic. Look, I don't know how many people are going to buy this. It's going to be like $700 for a watch, for a wearable. Y'all know I'm not a big fan of wearables. It's just another thing beeping. And it's even worse because not only is it beeping and annoying you throughout the day like the rest of my devices, it's connected to your body. So it vibrates, it beeps. I know. You can turn it off. You can put a silent mode. You can turn the vibration off. But why have a watch when I got my phone everywhere I go? So anyways, it's my personal, belief with these wearables, at least when it comes to smartwatches. I'm just not look, I've tried numerous smartwatches and I'll wear them for a month or two and just not ever wear them again. So definitely not going to purchase this one. Now, if Samsung wants to send it to me, I would love to review it, but I'm not buying one. $700. That's the same price as the base Samsung's flagship base model S24. $700. It's like throwing another phone on your wrist, right? Now it's going to get very, very bright. We got reports it's going to be up to 3,000 nit brightness screen. basically in the sunlight. I'm sure it'll have Samsung's reflective free glass that they put on the S24 Ultra and their new TVs now. I'm sure this will have it because that glass is special manufactured glass. It's pretty expensive to manufacture. Samsung only puts it on the Ultra models and or branding, right? So the S24 Ultra has that reflective glass, reflective glass. This Watch Ultra will have the anti-reflective glass. They're new TVs, right? So my dad just got a huge 55 or 60 inch brand new Samsung OLED TV. It's freaking beautiful. It's badass. And guess what? The best part, it guessed it. It has the anti-reflective display on an OLED TV, and it looks freaking incredible. Now I don't know. It does not say if it's gonna have any other colors, but you get the idea, right? So if you want a nice, expensive watch to compete with Apple's Apple Watch Ultra, be my guest. Samsung will have one for you. Now, the base Galaxy Watch 7 is what I think most people are going to buy, right? That are interested. So it's basically a continuation. Here we see the photos. Continuation of every other Galaxy Watch, right? It kind of looks the same. Not much you can do when it comes to styling with watches, right? It's like with phones, you can switch up the design every couple of years. With phones, right? You got more material to play with, so to speak. With watches, watch is a watch, right? I mean, you either go square, circle, or squircle, like the Watch 7 Ultra, but looks fairly similar to all the rest of the other Galaxy watches. But what you will get that's new is internal hardware, right? So you get a little bit bigger battery, a little bit better processor. Play around with the colors, you get some new colors. Now they are going to introduce another new watch, another SKU, a new SKU, the Galaxy Watch FE. So as you know, the branding with FE with Samsung is like Pixel's A branding with the Pixel 8a, or I guess now the A branding with Nothing, right? They have the Nothing Phone 2a. So it's basically like, and it stands for Fan Edition. It's like everything that Samsung fans love about a certain product, they put it in there, but they take away a couple of other things to reduce that cost. So it's basically like everything you like about the flagship product, but the cost is obviously less, right? So it doesn't have all the flagship features that the premium model does, but it has just enough to get people that really can't afford a new Galaxy, because these Galaxy Watch 7s, they're going to be what, $299 and $499, right? Now that's just for the regular. The Ultra, $700, but for the FE, you're looking at like, I think $199, $149, something like that, right? So sorry about that. So they are introducing the FE as well as the Ultra this year. Now, here's the big news, and here's the news that I've been paying attention to. These buds are going to get a stem. So this is the first iteration. As if you're not a listener, or if you are a first-time viewer of this channel, this podcast, this stream, I am a diehard Galaxy Buds user. Check it out. I've had every Galaxy Buds. Yes, I've had every one. The Buds Pros I don't normally like. The Beans, the Buds Live I did not like. They just, slip out of your ear, fall out of your ear. Now, I don't like AirPods either. I love these Buds. So these are the Buds FE, right? Fan Edition. We just discussed that. Now, here's my concern. I'm definitely going to get these and give them a try. But with this design, as I've shown before, pointing to some AirPods over here, I have AirPods, and they don't necessarily fit my ear really well. Now, who's to say? Look, Samsung, it looks, pretty close to an AirPod, the design with the stem. They could have tweaked the pod part, right? Just right to where, who knows, maybe it will fit in my ear perfectly, right? And I'd be one happy customer. But I don't know. Now, is it the stem that I'm like really worried about or throwing a fuss about? No. Like, do I prefer a bud design over a stem design? Yes. However, I'm concerned about this because of the fit, and that's basically it. So if these fit really well and they don't fall out of my ear, you're not going to hear a peep out of me. I'm going to love them and enjoy them. The benefits you get from a stem design is you actually get to fit a little more hardware in there, right? A couple more components, maybe another microphone, maybe a little bit bigger battery inside that stem section. So you actually get to expand its hardware, you get to expand its functions, battery life. So there is a big benefit, including a stem. And I know they're gonna catch the backlash. Oh, it looks like Apple's, you copied Apple, blah blah blah, this and that. But if these fit in my ear, I'll be one happy customer, right? So I showed you. Hang on, check this out. So here's some AirPods. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So here are these AirPods. So for whatever reason, you know how they're supposed to go in your ear, and basically the stem is supposed to go straight down, right? Well, just the way my ear is, when I put them in, they come outward, like do a full 90-degree tilt, and it looks just absolutely ridiculous. I look like a moron. So it's supposed to look like this, right? Where they go down. But if I keep them that way, they'll fall out within a couple minutes. If I really want to secure it in my ear, I gotta tilt it up like this, and it looks ridiculous. So, that's my only concern, and that's why I'm basically bringing this up. I just hope that these randomly fit my ear. I don't know. I have faith in Samsung, but sometimes I don't when it comes to these buds, because the Buds Pro, the OG Buds Pro, totally did not fit, and they would fall out within a few minutes. And that was a huge complaint from a majority of customers with those original Buds Pro. They made it an improvement on the Buds Pro 2. Now, the very best ones that work are the ones with the wings, with the silicone wing, right? Like the Galaxy Buds 2 and the Buds FE, where they have that little silicone tip, the little silicone wing. Fits perfectly in my ear, helps them stay in. I don't know. We'll have to see. I'm sure these are going to be awesome. Again, I'm going to get them, but I just hope they fit. So we'll just have to wait and see. But here they are. Here's the official render of them. Any pricing information? Buds 3. Well, let's see. I do have pricing here. The Buds 2, well, we don't have an official leak or official information on the price, right? So the Buds 2 launched for $140, with the Pros coming in at $230. But these aren't Pros, at least I don't think. So they're just known as Buds 3. The Pro version may come out, who knows, months later, next year, I have no idea. But these appear to be just the base Buds, which should be about around $150, something like that, which is a good price. These Buds FE, I think retail $99. Get them on sale. I got them on sale on Amazon for like $60. And here's the other thing. Speaking of, we just got approved for our Amazon influencer store. So you can actually go to amazon.com/store/eSIM Studios. And I have my Amazon store on Amazon. Now I haven't put any items up there. I'm going to start that today. But the Galaxy Buds FE are going to be one of them. Whatever the very best tech deals are, I'm going to put them on our Amazon store. So I'm going to handpick the very best tech items just for you. And the items that I use every day that I love, I know that work good. I don't use crap products. So if you see something on my Amazon store, I can't guarantee it, right? Due to manufacturer defect or something, but whatever the products that are going to be up on there are going to be good products. I'm not going to be selling you crap. Well, I'm not selling it, but you know what I mean. Actually, you know what? Do I have my Amazon store? /store/eSIM Studios. Where did I? Damn it! I saved it, and now I can't remember where the hell it is. Maybe I'll have to look at it a little closer. I mean, maybe oh shit! I don't want to give you all that. Sorry. Personal info. I forgot my screen was shared. You know what? I got it. Let's see. Hopefully this won't share either. Okay, I think we're good. So check this out. Well, I'm going to put a link in the description as well. I think I forgot to. It's so new. Let's see. Oh, I can do live streams. Here's what's really cool. So I'm going to do, Amazon is going to let me make content just for my Amazon store. So I can upload videos that I record here on YouTube. I can upload video reviews on Amazon and vice versa. Or I can do content just for Amazon. And I can actually live stream on Amazon. How cool is that? So maybe when I get some stuff on Amazon, product, whatever it is, earbuds, a new case, a smartwatch, whatever it is, I'll share the link to the Amazon store, and we can review the case live, or whatever that product is. Let's see here. Welcome to the influencer program. Okay, where is my store? Give me 1 second. We're going to pull this up. I'm pulling it up right now. Give me a second. Where am I? Amazon. God, they got so much stuff here on Amazon. It's insane. Give me a sec. Oh well. La di da di da. Okay, well, I was not ready for it, and I have to find my link. I don't know where the hell it is. Hang on. I wasn't. If I knew I was gonna show it to y'all, I would have had it ready, but I was not thinking about that today. I got it. Check this out. So let me pull up this browser here. There's my cat. All right, check this out. Present, share screen. All right. So here's the Amazon store. It's officially on Amazon.com. Got approved yesterday. I don't have any items on there, but I'm going to start doing that today. And again, I'm going to handpick the very best deals. Like there's a badass TV, dirt cheap. It's like a 60-inch TV, Amazon TV for like $200. So stuff like that. New phones, right? OnePlus sells phones on Amazon. Cases, watches, smartwatches, earbuds, microphones, stuff to podcast. These kind of microphones. You need studio lights. I'm gonna throw everything on there. Everything, consumer electronics that I know and trust, right? That I've either, if I haven't used it, I know it's relatively a good product, right? I'm not gonna put some crap on there. So I'll link this in the description. It's it's Amazon.com. But that's what okay, I got it. I did store, not shop. Okay, so it's Amazon.com/shop/eSIM Studios. So bookmark that, and I'm gonna live stream from there, and we'll definitely incorporate cool technology and stuff you can check out and purchase. Right. Let me get back. Let's finish up. I wanted to get into some. I wanted to get into some Apple news here. Because it is rather big news. Now, let's look at here's official renderings of the Flip 6. So we got official renderings today. I mean, they're basic, it's basic case pictures, right? So it's pictures that from Samsung internally, and these are Samsung cases on the Flip 6, right? Looks pretty similar. Again, it's going to look similar to the Flip 5, but don't get it twisted. Don't get it confused. It's going to be a totally different phone. Now, what I mean by that, it's going to be much faster, better, smooth operating system. It's going to have 12 gigs of RAM this year. Thank you, Jesus. Last year, only 8. Could run into some issues if you're a heavy user like I am. And a slightly bigger battery. New Snapdragon 8 Gen 3. Better battery life. And last but not least, the very best new addition this year. It's going to have the twin 50 megapixel camera sensors on the back, or I guess front, however you want to look at it. It's going to have the same 50 megapixel cameras that come on the S24 Plus. They are replacing the old 12 megapixel twin, or I guess you could say dual. There were two 12 megapixel sensors on the Flip 6. It was just time to replace them. Very outdated. That was my number one issue with this phone. I love this phone, the Flip series. I love it. That was my number one gripe. Is the sensors, the cameras were just not up to par. And remember, you're paying $1,000 for this, right? You know, this is not a mid-range phone by any means. It had cameras on there, the old model, that some mid-range phones beat out the quality of photos and videos. Not this year. This year, bad. They're going to have awesome picture quality, video quality. And it's going to be much smoother. Much better battery life. I believe they're bumping the charging slightly, not a lot, but longer battery life with a better processor, more efficient processor, and a slightly bigger battery. They're also upgrading the UFS storage and the RAM. So, big improvement. So very, very, very excited to see this. Now, the Fold 6, same deal, right? So here you got the Fold 6. Now, this is going to be a big upgrade for this too, right? So now the crease is still there, right? I know it gets smaller every year, but still not there yet. Now, Samsung has maybe a year or a year, maybe two, to get the crease ironed out. No pun intended. Apple patented their new hinge, as I mentioned earlier, iPhone Flip. Well, they weren't going to bring a Flip or a foldable to the market unless when folded open there was a zero crease. They were not going to do a crease. And I think that was a smart idea from Apple. Knowing Apple people, they would have complained to high heaven about a crease, any amount of crease. When it's open, Apple found a workaround. They solved the issue. But here's the deal. They patented this hinge when open, so nobody else can use it, right? And that's what you're supposed to do if you're in not just technology, but in any aspect of business. If you find something new you're presenting to the market, you better get that patented, because you're going to let millions, maybe billions of dollars go by. So it was smart of them to do that. But it's up to Samsung to figure out a hinge, because that's the number one thing. If the iPhone, 17 Flip comes out with a zero crease, when folded open, no crease, and then you got the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 8 and Z Flip 8, you open it up and there's still a crease. Oh man, that's not a good look. And Samsung's basically invented this game, this foldable game. They've been in it for like 10 years. So, I don't know, but it doesn't bother me. I know it bothers some people, but it really doesn't bother me. And it has gotten better, right? I've had the foldables when they first came out. It was a rather big crease. Now it's not so bad, right? It's still there, but it's only there if you like directly look at it. When I'm using the device, I don't ever think of it, or whatever. These photos aren't the greatest quality, but you can tell. It is what it is. Now it'll have an S Pen holder. That's one major advantage we did not go over yesterday. So the new Pixel Fold 2 looks badass, and I know that's not the proper name, but yeah, I get so many phones going through my head every day. I can't remember. They change the name so much. Who knows? Next week there could be named something totally different. Anyways, Pixel Fold 2 looks freaking awesome. So good, in fact. I'm thinking about getting my first foldable. Not the Flip, not a Flip, but a actual book style open foldable. But that's one thing. That's one major advantage the Samsung Fold series has over the Pixel Fold series. You can use the S Pen. I think you can use a stylus with the Pixel Fold, with the OG Pixel Fold, but I don't know. If you know, and if you know and you're watching this, please comment and let me know. I haven't had it, obviously, so I don't know, but I could have sworn I heard a review or watched a review where somebody mentioned you can, but you have to have some kind of special Wacom, or I don't know what the hell it's called. But the S Pen with Samsung, the same S Pen that works on this S9 Ultra will work on my S24 Ultra and will work on this Z Fold 6. That S Pen, so any Samsung S Pen will work on any Samsung device, right? That's what I like, because I can just carry one S Pen around and I use it. I'm a heavy S Pen user. I don't know about you, but I use mine every day. I love it. Look at this. Yes, we want to install this. Thank you. Let's see here. Oh, iPhone news. Before we get out of here, I want to show y'all something. So, we got word today that Apple, that's correct, Apple on the iPhone 16 series. Now, it's getting close to nut cutting time, right? iPhone traditionally launches in September. So we're roughly 3 months away from launch. So right now is when they're getting all of these suppliers in line. Well, no, that's already done. Right now, signed, sealed, delivered with all the suppliers. As far as the parts, right? There's hundreds of parts, as you can tell. They go inside. Look, there's a part supplier for just this little metal piece. There's a part supplier for the screws. There's a part supplier for the battery. There's a part supplier for the heatsink, for the speaker, for the cameras, everything. So by now, iPhone 16, they've signed, sealed, and delivered all the suppliers. Boom. And they're going to start manufacturing these, actually producing them for consumers probably this time next month, right? And I think this is why this news is leaking. Or maybe they've started right now, or maybe they will next week. I don't know, but sometime very, very, very soon. Remember, if the day they launch and they sell 100 million iPhones worldwide that day or in that first week, they need to ship 100 million cell phones. You cannot manufacture 100 million cell phones overnight. It takes months. It takes a few months to do that. So they're probably... Actually, they might have started already, because the amount Apple is just on a whole nother level when it comes to amount of sales, right? They sell, I think it was 188 million iPhones in the year of 2023. 188 million. Don't quote me on that, but it's somewhere around there. Samsung, I think, look, it's a lot, right? It's a lot. It's a lot of devices. And you got to manufacture these. And it might have started already. And I think this is why the news is getting out. So let me shut up and get to it. When's the last time iPhone had a removable battery? Right? Seems like we're taking a step back. But I know there's many people that would actually enjoy this. Now, it would do damage to the IP rating. Like, it can't be, I don't know, maybe it could be IP68. But, again, this is where the EU, the European Union, is just lambasting, is just pummeling Apple with all sorts of changes. And I love it, right? US can't force Apple basically to do shit. Now, the EU, they can. Now, I've gotten into it on previous episodes, but why is the EU forcing all of this stuff on Apple, right? Oh, removable batteries, USB Type-C, third-party app stores. Because Apple really doesn't have any pull, any say, any lobbyists inside the European Union, the Parliament, their little board where they make rules for the Europe countries. Apple has lobbyists probably in every freaking nook and cranny in Washington and in the states capitals as well. Apple gives money to Republicans. Apple gives money to Democrats. Everybody. So when and if they are elected, Apple says, hey, we donated $500,000 to your campaign. Remember that vote? Well, or you remember that favor you owe us? Well, we need it now. So that's why nothing can get done when it comes to inside the US. And this is why the EU is forcing all these changes, because they don't give a damn. So the EU is basically going to tell them, hey, we need removable batteries. Now, I don't know why they're targeting Apple. I think I'm going to look into this a little more, because I was trying to find out, is this going to be on all phones, or is this just on iPhones, right? Or Apple products? I don't know. Let's see. So it says there's a new report from a publication called The Information. Claims that Apple's redesigning iPhone batteries to make them easier to replace. Now, the move is in response to the EU, European Union regulations that require smartphone makers to make batteries that are easily replaceable by 2025. So it sounds like all smartphones, which would include Samsung, which would include a Pixel, Nothing, OnePlus. So the iPhone 15 battery is currently really hard to take out, right? It is. It's a pain. I used to repair phones. It's a pain in the ass. And it was hard. I don't think I've done a 15, but they're glued to the inside of the phone. You got to take out this super sticky strip of adhesive. I mean, it is a pain in the ass, and they do that on purpose because they want you to get fed up with it. They want you, well, they don't want you to attempt it, right? They want you to bring it to an Apple repair center and have them replace it, right? Apple wants your money. But if you attempt, if you're like me and you're like, let me see if I can do it myself, and you attempt to do it and you get halfway through it and you're like, man, screw this, I can't, I'm going to take it in. That was their plan all along. Yes, that was their plan all along. They want you to bring it to them. So Apple is working on a new technology called electrically induced adhesive debonding, right? Bonding is the pairing, is the coming together. You bond two things together. Obviously, debonding, pull it apart. So it looks like it's very cool tech. So it looks like, I googled this term and it looks really cool. I just activated my search. It looks like it's a strip of adhesive. Like I was telling you how it's so hard to pull off the original iPhone batteries. This adhesive with the iPhone 16 series is basically going to have like a charging port, or it's going to have some sort of connector. We're talking very minuscule. However, some super small connectors. It's going to have a ground. Well, I might already have a ground, but so maybe you'll just have to. Anyways, whatever. You're going to plug one or two little tiny wires up to it into a little connector, and just give a little charge, and then the adhesive will magically deactivate, I guess you should say. Now, when replacing the battery, you put a new battery in, you hook up the little connector, or may already be hooked up, and you give it a little spark, a little charge. Well, not a spark, but you know what I'm saying. A little jolt. No, this is a very minuscule electricity too. It's not like you need electricity from the wall, right? We're not talking about 120 volts. There's a very little jolt of like maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 volts. And then boom, it'll go back to adhesive. It's so very cool. This is the stuff I geek out about, but very cool. Now, I don't know if they've patented this. It sounds like a badass idea. Now, here's the other thing. Wouldn't it be cool if they did the same thing with the back plate? Because if you remove a battery, they have glass on the back of these devices. If you've ever broken your phone or the back glass of a phone, you know it's not an easy fix, right? Taking that back glass off is hard as hell. And if you take it to a repair store, trust me, it's hard as hell. They even fight with it. If they could do this same sort of adhesion, this little, what is it called? Electrically induced adhesive debonding. If they could put a little strip around the back of the iPhone where it makes it easy to remove the back plate. You know what would be cool is if they connected that little connector that activates the adhesive and deactivates the adhesive. It would be cool if they could route that inside to the charging port. And then you had to have the technician or anybody had to have a special USB Type-C connector that all it's good for is activating and deactivating that adhesive. So you don't have to like sit there and heat it up and then try to pry it open, or you know what I'm saying? That would be very cool. It's got to be right around the corner. I'm sure they've thought of it. If Apple is sort of developing this cool stuff, I'm sure they've thought of it, and they've had to. Because if I'm thinking of it, you know, they would have to. So battery replacement at the moment is $99. If you do it yourself, it's $50. Pain in the ass. So I'll have to see. Again, I haven't heard anything on Android. So if the EU is making it all smartphones by 2025, which is right around the corner, I'm assuming that includes Android, right? So that means Samsung's going to have to come up with something. OnePlus, nothing. And here's the thing. The EU is making so many changes. I don't think all the changes that they introduce over there. So let's say this is active and the iPhone 17 has a removable back with battery. Or 16, whatever, iPhone 16. I think Apple will only sell removable back iPhones in Europe. Basically make it a geo-specific iPhone. And I think the iPhones they sell here in the United States and the rest of the world are going to be like every other iPhone that you buy, right? Not removable back. I think they're going to do that because they want you to bring the device to them, right? They want the money. Doing this encourages people like you and me to just buy a battery and change it ourselves, right? Or if you're a traveler, take 2 or 3 batteries with you, throw them in your backpack. Then you got like 4 or 5 day battery life, right? Like how cool is that? But I think Samsung, Apple, I think all these companies, if they're forced to do this, I think they're going to make location specific devices. I think that's what they're going to do. I believe that's what they're going to do. Now, iPhone That's what iPhone does with that third-party app store, right? We can't access a third-party app store on Apple devices here in America or anywhere else in the world, Australia, Japan. It's only in Europe. So I think this will be geo-specific, but I gotta roll, and thank you for joining us today. That has been the eSIM Studios podcast live stream episode number 131. All the links to everything you need and everything mentioned in the podcast are down below in our eSIM Studios video. So if you're watching this on Twitter, may not have all the links. If you're watching this on another YouTube channel, may not have all the links. Come to eSIM Studios YouTube channel. Hit up the links in the video description. As always, I will see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Please be safe. Have an enjoyable Thursday afternoon. And we will see you back here tomorrow, Friday. Peace out.